showcasing one of the capabilities of AI Rover, called the AK tool or the AK Analyst tool. We are logged into the Ai-MicroCloud. I've already spawned a microservice named the AK tool. I'll quickly show how that is done. Just go to Microservices, and click on this microservice, the Ai-MicroCloud AK Explainable AI. The data center is Intel, and then we can choose one of the listed compatible plans. For this microservice we need a minimum of 8 GB of RAM. Let's go with this plan, and then we can select the namespace. These are the configurations that are required by the microservice: which port to be opened, any environment variables to be given or any other arguments or any other command. And by default, the volume will be mounted on this directory, which can be changed. For this particular microservice, we don't require any changes to these default values. Then, click on Next, give it a meaningful name, and that's the microservice that will be spawned. For this demo, the microservice will not be spawned because it will take a few minutes to spawn it up. This tool is particularly useful in cases where we want to analyze time series data, or especially when we want to mine for certain patterns, or when using the Zeblock pattern mining domain. So this tool can be used when we want to do that. Now, let me give a quick overview of the actions that need to be taken to build quick pipelines. First, we have the file IO input-output. Here, we can either import data from a local machine, or import from a link, or any cloud storage environment. Just select a file, drag and drop the data here. Previously we had already worked on a file, so we'll use this one. Then we have the data manipulation options. There are a couple of options: clean and transform. The other is if you want aggregate, or do some group by operations, or if you just want to merge some data sets. Let's say you have a few different data sets. So, say this was one data set, and you can pull in one more data set from the cloud, maybe one more data set from your local system or machine. From anywhere across the network. We will just stick to one data set for now. We can also split the data if we want to. So, let's do a clean and transform over here. From here we launch the transformer. These are a couple of values which are there. I just want to work with, let's say, this column. Defects. Nothing else. And of course, because this is looking at time series data for the analysis of pattern mining, we don't need the time column. Now, going back, we can see all the columns that have been selected. Basically, it is like building a data pipeline or an ML pipeline. So, first we load the data, then we do the cleaning part, and then we do the analysis and prediction part. This is basically modeling in the pattern mining space. Again, here we have a couple of options here. One is basically the AK miner, which is used for data mining patterns. The other option might be to explore more causal relationships. This one is basically a true model builder. This one is if you want to use a regressor model. And the last option is if you want to predict using an already trained model. The beauty of this whole tool is that there is no code involved. It is a no-code solution. And as can be seen, it is all drag and drop in place. Now, we have decided to go with FP Miner. We want to analyze and define the target column and define the target column type. It could be numeric or binary. In this case, for this example we have it as binary. We have given it some default values. Then we can launch. As you can see, it was able to find one pattern since the data size was small. If the threshold is reduced, and play around with the values, it will give more patterns. We will not go into the details of the algorithms we have. For these pattern mining part, we have two algorithms. We are just showing the capabilities available in the tool in this demo. Once patterns are mined, we can visualize the data as well. We can launch the browser and it will recalculate everything. It will show all of the case patterns it basically predicted or showcased that if this column, the consumption chemical 7, if the value is greater than 133 to infinity, then we see there is a probability of target defect occurrence. Similarly, we can hover over the second pattern, and we can explore further. If we want to do more, Then we use the Visualize Data widget to directly visualize the data. This basically gets connected with the Clean and Transform widget. We can show a lot of use cases, but for demo purposes we will show a simple one. You can have correlation plots. We can have correlation plots for everyone. It is all no-code. And it gives a Pearson correlation coefficient factor. You can have bar charts to plot, a pie chart, etc. Whatever you have in Tableau, this is like Tableau for your use cases. And there are of other ones as well.